Hey team, Patrick here. In this lesson, I'm going to explain in detail the sequencing and timing that should occur on every shot. This is really important as often when players make a mistake, it's not due to their technique, but the timing. I say it's not technique, it's timing. And there'll be something in this video for players of all levels, from beginners to pros. So let's get into it. So the first move after coming down from your split step is the unit turn. You coil your upper body to the side as soon as you see the ball coming off your opponent's racket, boom. And you can't make this move too early. So the only reason the racket moves initially is because you're turning your shoulders. Everything moves together as a unit, which is why we call it the unit turn. If you can turn your shoulders past your hips, this allows you to store energy in your trunk muscles, and you can then release this energy into the ball. An important tip is not to prepare at the speed of the ball, as this is a trap that players fall into. Always prepare with this speed and intensity and be waiting for the ball, even if the oncoming ball is slow. Prepare with the head of the racket above your hand, above the grip level on either a forehand or a backhand for this leverage, force over the ball, where you can create this runway, this letter C shape, and build up acceleration smoothly from slow to fast. A simple way to achieve this is to have the racket head already up in your ready position. I would also have two hands on the racket in the ready position, and you can use your offhand to help change the grip if needed during your unit turn, as it's turn the body and turn the grip. Something I like players to do is to combine their unit turn with their first step. This step out with the outside foot, I call it the unit step, as we're going to want to get this foot behind the ball. So all shots, forehands and backhands, start what we call open stance. Now if the ball comes through the baseline, quickly we can play open stance off this back outside leg and think about driving up. Use the ground reaction force to get more top spin, net clearance and depth. Now if the ball is short, you can step in with the neutral stance, and instead of driving up, transfer your weight more through the ball so you can hit a more penetrating flight. You can drive the ball and continue your movement into the net for the volley. Now I will say, either on the one-handed or two-handed backhand, even though you can absolutely play open stance, I prefer players to step in and transfer their weight from the back foot to the front foot and play in a neutral stance if they have the time. But on the forehand, you'll find you're often playing an open or at least semi-open stance. Like I said, when I move my racket in my unit turn, notice how the racket is only set to the side because of my body's rotation. If I was to take my racket back with my arm too early, one, it's going to be more difficult to move. Think about a sprinter and you're never going to see them in this position. We're going to have our hands closer together. I would also lose this momentum on the stroke when I have to move my racket from a position of dead weight, going from 0 to 100. Most beginners I see also make the mistake of rushing to the ball, to where it's going to bounce, and then end up with no time and space. There's this panic thinking, I've got to hit the ball, I've got to get there. And then we end up playing the ball on the rise like a badminton shot. So the timing solution for beginners is to focus on hitting the ball as it begins to come back down. Position yourself on the court where you need to be to hit the ball as it's dropping, not where the ball will bounce. Think about these two arcs, these rainbow shapes, as I say with the kids. Let the ball go over the net, bounce up, come over the apex, and hit the ball as it begins to drop, as the ball will then be traveling slower and you'll have more time. Now, for more advanced players, of course, you need the ability to play the ball on the rise, at the apex, and as it's dropping, depending on the situation. But generally, for these players, I like them to play at the top of the bounce as the timing. Right team, I hope this helps all of you out with the sequencing and timing on your ground strokes. And if it has, please leave the video a like, comment down below and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on court in the next one. Cheers guys.